Ranger causing an imbalance. Uh-oh, I'm frozen. Hold on. Now I'm staring into your souls. Let me fix that. One sec. No, it's not OBS that's frozen. It's VTube Studios. Hello. Hold on. Whoop. Good evening. Good evening. VTube. Hey! She vanished. I told you, VTube Studio froze. I have to reboot. Hold on. I'll be back in a sec. Wah. Peekaboo. Whoop. Oh. No, I screenshotted it that I just promptly forgot to add to Steam. My bad. Whoops. Hold on. I'll do it now. La boo boo. La boo boo. I do not have La Boo Boos. I'll drop it on Friday and on Friend now. Okay. Sounds good. What is it with the La Boo Boos? They're just cursed, ugly, cute, I guess is the way to put it. Hey, look, some of them look a little... Like, I mean, they've got an extremely toothy grit on them. So, like, it depends how you feel about something that looks like it could bite your fingers off. Emmys? Isn't that the award show? Emmys and Emma are very... Those are two different things. Those are two different names. I have to do research, yeah. The closest I have seen to La Boo Boos that would make me want to buy them is... There's a K-pop group releasing similar looking creatura as part of like their next album drop, and I'm like, I don't even go here and I watch these, but I will restrain myself because it's hard enough getting stuff of your faves without someone saying in creatura. I was saying uno momento last night, too. Damn, you don't correct my English my English when I mispronounce stuff, but you go for the throat every time it's Espanol. Bananas. The menacing continues? Always. Always the menacing. No, did I not? Bookmark that K-pop group with the cute little... Maybe it's in my likes. Sometimes I bookmark stuff, sometimes I just like it, and then I'm like, oh no. Because my likes tend to grow quite quickly, and then sometimes it's like, how do I find this again? Especially since there's the Dee Dee account, and then there's Dee Dee's private account. Oh my god, okay, I need to show you guys this, though. Because this is fun. I saw this earlier. Hang on. Because it is, it's a phone case. Like my main account is outside of streaming? Correct. It's not actually private, but you know, if anyone has perchance found it, no you didn't. If you speak its name, a sniper will hit you from gosh knows where, but they'll get you. There we go. I had to show you guys this, because look! It's a Gengar. It's a phone case, but with a giant-ass Gengar plushie to, like, be, like, you know, your phone grip / like, phone, like a kickstand. I love that. I need that, right? It's from, Mecha, Japan, but yeah, I'm sure if you search it. Post the link in DD Court? Okay, I will post the link in DD Court. Uno momento. God, and I started looking for stuff because I was gonna pull up Nier's friend code. It's one of those days for me. I am just everywhere and nowhere all at once. Don't know if I'll use it, but I'm buying it. Understandable. It's funny because I was just thinking yesterday that I want to get a new phone case. I was like, Cat, thank you for the raid. You were also playing Ace Attorney Investigations 2. Hello. Welcome in, everyone. If you haven't met me before, hello. My name is Diana. I am an apothecarist. I am a cat girl. I'm your big sister. All that good stuff. We're just chit-chatting a little bit before we get into the game. Where are you guys in the game? For reference, we are in... What is it? Case 3? I think case 3. The cases in this game have felt so long to me, I've just like blurred. Just started the final episode. Ooh, okay. That's good then. They're so long, they are. They're really fun, but I swear, like every time I'm like, is it over yet? No? No? It's still, you're still going, okay. Where are we going, Miles? What are we doing? Alrighty. But yes, thank you for popping in. If anyone's got a raid and a run, totally understandable. Otherwise, we're happy to have you. Sometimes I go to do tasks and I see the same screen from when you left. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, there's not well, there are scene transitions and stuff like that in Ace Attorney, but like, yeah, if you're in the middle of a debate or something, you may not be moving from that spot for like 20-some minutes. But how was Dee Dee's day? My day was decent. I don't know why I felt super sleepy today. I found it. I found a Labubu Not Labubus that I was talking about that like a K-pop group is putting out. Hang on. Look at these guys. They're so cute. I'm like, I don't go here. So I'm not gonna You want? Right? Is it plush? It's like a keychain, yeah. It's like a plush, let me see. I believe it is plush keychain. Link it to me again. Oh my god. Don't know how easy it'll be to get them because they are merch for a K-pop group, and you know, K-pop fans, they got trigger fingers. Like, they just snipe everything. But it would be nice. It would be nice. Because those are really cute. But yeah, those are the closest that I've come to wanting like a Labubu kind of thing. Shut up and take my money. So true. Decent day? Why no magnificent day? Why no magnificent day? Okay, this is adult IRL stuff, but I came home and where I live in Canada, they have to give you 90 days notice before they increase the rent. And per like the law, since my place is under rent control, they can only do it once a year. But they've applied to the government body that oversees all this to raise the rent more than the minimum. So instead of like a 2% raise, they're going for 4%. So I'm like, God damn it. So it ends up being an extra $50. But I'm like, y'all. Because generally when they apply for that stuff, because they have to apply to the landlord and tenant board, and the tenant board has to approve it. And usually, for them to approve it, like the landlords have to submit a plan about like, okay, why do you need that extra money? And generally, oh, well, you know, everything's more expensive, doesn't fit. Like, they did it to Iduna's apartment once, and that was because they had to repave, they had to like repave and redo the whole parking lot. So because of that, they were like, okay, we need to raise the rent to try and cover the project. So I'm like, we better be getting something out of this. Fellows, definitely don't come to California. It's too expensive over here. Oh gosh, yeah, I've heard. In a perfect world, I would go back to my like, not to my parents' house, but go back to Toronto, the big city. I don't particularly like Toronto, but it's much easier to meet fellow LGBT people when you're in like those much bigger cities. But yeah. Luna! Hello! Welcome in! Maybe I pay over 6.5K a month. Christ! Yo! But hey! At least you get paid enough to cover that, right? Pays more than well. Yeah. Would you like a cat, Ranger? Meow. I play nice with dogs. Meow. Yeah, I mean, rent isn't that crazy here. But I work one of the few jobs that is actually adequate enough. But yeah, 6K US. My goodness. But yeah, I guess that's the California dream right there. Yeah. Because, I mean, minimum wage here in Canada in most places has been steadily going up, but not fast enough to keep up with inflation and everything else. So, it is what it is. Fortunately, with like the whole big shift where like my job location got moved and all of that stuff, what's the word I'm looking for? The raise I got is enough to cover a rent increase, but it's still one of those things where it's like, oh yeah, like here's my paycheck, and whoop, there goes all but $100 of it to rent, basically. What's the next element for Guild Wars? Isn't it dark favored? It's either dark favored or light favored. Why am I blanking? No, it would be dark favored, because they always do the EXO right before, and we have EXO Diablo right now. Yeah, there we go. September 7th, light bosses, dark favored. Well, there you go. Oh god, that's in like 2 weeks. Ah! Holy shit, it snuck up on me. Terrifying. Lord help me. I mean, light and dark are my strongest grid, so like, whatever. It's just, it feels like it snuck up so fast. You got 4 rooms and 2 bathrooms? Damn. Small Shops Cafe. You know what amenities my building has? Outdoor parking. and 2 washers and 2 dryers on each floor of the building that you gotta share with all the cranky grandmothers. Guest rooms! Y'all, he's so rich, he's got guest rooms. I'm kidding. That's living the dream, though. Good for you. Yeah, it's one of those things, it's like, I would love to move somewhere more higher end, would not be able to afford it. I need a marriage of convenience, basically. Because I can afford where I am here, which is why I only occasionally rent out the second room to like supplement my income, so I can be picky with who I let in as a roommate, and I only take students because they only want to be here for 8 months and then they'll leave. If I moved to a higher end place, I would need to have a roommate 364 days a year. And I don't know if my introverted butt could tolerate that, unless I was in love with them. Sometimes, like, if you live on your own this is something I've noticed. The longer you live on your own, the harder it becomes to live with someone else because you have to make compromises. Allowing someone else in your space, allowing someone else's routine and stuff to influence you. The longer you live on your own, the harder that becomes. So it's like, it's good to live on your own, to learn some independence, but also be careful. Because if you end up like, a crazy cat lady like your big sister Diana, it might be a little hard to fold someone into your life in the future. Because literally, sometimes I'm like, I should go meet people, and then I'm like, oh, but then I have to kick the plushies off my bed. Do I want to do that? Do I want to get rid of my plushies? What about my anime statues? Such is life. Such is life. Alrighty. Let me trying to get the game capture going. Because I've been yapping for 30 minutes. That is our prerequisite. We hang out with Dee Dee time before we start gaming. There we go. No sound yet. I am gonna fix that. Do 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 do. Hang on. Where is it? There it is. Your messages haven't been sending. Oh no. God, gosh darn it, Twitch. Have I been doing horses too? Uma Musume? No, I haven't. I have so many gachas I play that, like, Uma Musume, it has its moments. It looks like it could be fun, but I've just got so much that I'm already playing. I haven't found the motivation. Lover plushies. Me and Diana plushies. Right? Plus, like, you know, my cats, right? They like to sleep on the bed with me. I'm like, we're running out of space here. I did enjoy the Uma Musume anime, though. And originally, when they announced they were localizing it, I was excited. And then I just, between point A and point B, I got too busy with a whole bunch of stuff. And now I'm like, I'm living vicariously through other people. I need to start cutting down on my gacha spending anyway, so I'm like, I try and stay free to play. Sometimes it's hard, so I'm like, let's just not add. Let's not tempt fate. I love being surrounded by your plushies. We just like being surrounded by softness. That's our priority. That's all. Alright, here we go. Investigating Miss Scone's room. So, we're playing as Edgeworth's father, who, if you remember from the first game, he passed away when Miles was a child. But we're doing a flashback to when Mr. Gregory Edgeworth was still alive and he was working a case. So, this gentleman was having a confectionery contest in his house, and one of the contestants got murdered. So now they're investigating all the other contestants to try and figure out, you know, who Who put the blood in the icing? All right, December 24th, 7:30 p.m. Contest venue, Scones Room. And of course, you know, everyone's name has to do with sweets or cooking of some kind. Because what, the victor? Victor? The victor was something frost. Yeah, like frosting. Then we've got Samson Tangaroa, Judy Bound, Carmelo Gusto, so like caramel. And then Delicia Scone, who's, I assume, this lady, this cooking mama looking lady in the corner. Whoa! A candy castle! Look! Look! And there are even some little elves to go with it. Room's laid out pretty much the same as Tangaroa's. It's not as cold though, that's something. Let's see. Yeah, it looks like there's a temperature control panel in here too. Over there where that orange light is, right? We'd better take a closer look at it when we can. It's like a fairy tale storybook in here. Hello. So, if her name's Delicia Scone, I wonder what she uses to make her confections. And this whipped cream covered construction must be the work of Miss Delicia Scone. Like, is this just an elaborate gingerbread house, basically? Where is Miss Scone? Me? Why, I'm just over here, dearie. Couldn't even see her. Oh, just look at you lovely boys, Delicia Scone, at your service. Some cheeky blighters back in Blighty even call me Miss Delicious. So she's British, then. Called a lovely boy at 34. Unexpected, to say the least. You're 34? Oh, Gregory. You've had a hard life, haven't you? You've already got wrinkles at 34. Oh, you sweet man. Rest in peace. Having some graying hair in your 30s? A little unusual? Not super unusual? Having wrinkles in your 30s, though, that's a little unusual. Lovely boys? Really? Even me? Even Mr. E? Oh, yes, dear, you, the detective over there. You're all lovely boys to me. I'm nobody's lovely boy, lady. Name's Bad. I wonder just how old she is. Finish this up so we can get out of here, Mr. Attorney. I don't like being hit on. Yes, all right. Objection! What's the meaning of this chit-chatting with the defense? Von Karma was in the castle! Mr. Edgeworth, some scary guy just stepped out of the castle. Von Karma. What? He's Manfred Von Karma? Sorry, Mannykins. Help, Mannykins. The notorious prosecutor Von Karma himself. It's a pleasure to meet you, Mr. Attorney. Or sorry, Mr. Von Karma. Gregory Edgeworth, attorney at law. I couldn't care less what your name is. Your job is to lose to me and disappear and never to show your sniveling face again. Wow. He's just how I remembered him. completely unlikable. Detestable, even. What a thoroughly rude individual. And he's gonna raise your son after he shoots you through the heart. Those piercing eyes, that furrowed brow. You're even scarier than they say. And you might want to keep such rude thoughts to yourself, Eddie. Eddie don't know what he's saying. We were hoping you might permit us to carry out some brief inquiries, Mr. Von Karma. Huh. And why would I wish to extend you any such courtesy? Because it's not against the law to talk to the witnesses? This clearly isn't going to be easy. Thanks, Von Karma! Thanks, Von Karma. So long as your inquiries are limited to this room, I suppose I'll allow it. Why the sudden change of heart? So, this room is useless then, is what I get out of this. If he's letting us go around in here... Why the sudden change of heart? You, the tall fellow! Name's Bad? Is that so hard to remember? I did ask for your opinion. The thoughts of a lowly detective do not concern me. But I do admire your spirit. Bad, see to it that these worms don't step out of line. Why do I have to? I am not offering you a choice, detective. I need to go and look over Gusto's room. Good day. Great. More babysitting. Why are Detective Bad and Mr. Von Karma investigating together? Because Von Karma don't trust anybody. They seem to know each other well enough for there to be bad blood between them. Well, looks like we have permission to investigate. Guess we better get to it. Indeed, I'm not sure I trust Mr. Von Karma's motives, but at least we can do that much. Hold up. I haven't been over this room yet either. You're not messing it up before I get my chance to mess it up and, you know, destroy evidence. You'll have to wait till I'm done. Huh? But I thought you were the lead detective. How come you didn't take a look at this room yet? Because I wasn't the first one they assigned. One of Von Karma's pets was on the job before me. Bro's got human pets. Oh boy. Right up until just now, in fact. I got here not long before you did. That answers my question as to why they're working separately, I suppose. Let's say we look over the room together, Detective. It worked out well enough before. Then you won't have to worry about us messing things up. You can keep an eye on us as we go. What kind of screwball attorney asked to have a detective breathing down his neck? Guess I'm stuck with you for a little while longer. Yes! You're amazing, Mr. E! Try saying that louder. You have our thanks, Detective Bad. Don't be too grateful. This is my scene. The second you get in my way, you're out of here. Of course, we understand. Now, shall we begin? Let's go! Investigation. Contest venue, scones room. Okay. Let's see what we can find. Edgeworth Doko? Papa Edgeworth is on the scene today. We're, you know, It's a blast from the past. So he is the gent in the trench coat in the corner. Whoops. And welcome in, Butter. Go, 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 potion. Wake me up before you go, go, da 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 da, so low. Anyone remember that? That was like from like what, the 70s or the 80s? Yaw, that little cat. The little kitty. Bean wave, cute. Alright, buckets filled with cream, trowels, and a brush. Is she a patissier or a plasterer? A little bit of both. Don't you go making jokes at my expense, you cheeky young devil. I don't just slap stuff on walls like a silly old plasterer. I have to spread the cream out lovely and smooth and work out all the rough patches. That's literally exactly what a plasterer does. I guess he's our Detective Gumshoe. Hey! Aw. Ladder? What's the matter? Something weird about the ladder? It's not a ladder, Detective Bat. It's a step ladder. Same difference. Far from it, actually. You'd know if you observed their basic natures more closely. Amazing mystery! I'll have to remember this for future reference. Yes. The Ace Attorney staple. There is a step ladder hidden pretty much everywhere. And having the argument about step ladder versus ladder also happens all the time. There's a blowtorch and some chemicals here. I guess it's all for cooking with. I wonder what these chemicals are. Let's take a look at the labels. Mango Down 911 Homie Cyanide 247. I want some homie cyanide. I think those are food coloring drops. Wait, they're all poisons? No, sir, they're common colorings and flavorings used in candies and desserts. The names are just crazy. Hi, Jambola. The first is concentrated mango, boiled down to its purest essence, the hence man go down. They're asking for trouble with a name like that. Now I'm curious as to what homie cyanide might be. It's your homie, boiled down to their purest essence. Obviously. Keep up. What else we got? The 4 adorable elves and the sweetest little castle made of sweets. It's a little castle, you hear? Not a big one. So that's the theme behind Miss Scone's creations, huh? Unlucky for her, things aren't quite as sweet around here as she's trying to make out. Alrighty. What else we got? The elves? It's a cute little elf made of candy, and it's sitting on a tree stump. It looks like... Oh, one of the cocories from... Oh my god. Ocarina of Time, my brain. Huh? The whipped cream decorations around it are beginning to lose their shape. But the elf seems completely fine. Strange. Oh, we can't actually walk around the castle. Interesting. It's that big, huh? Alright, temperature control. There's a small door on the wall here, just like Mr. Tangaroa's room. Here, I'll open it. Temperature 68 degrees. Lights set to green. Didn't Gusto say cream needs to be kept at 50 degrees? Temperature in here is too high. Oh shit, you're right. That is odd. I wonder why. Madman on a fire! Thank you for the follow. Alright. What else are we missing? What's in here? It's an incredible piece of work. Hard to believe this whole castle is made out of sugar and cream. I know, right? It's like we're inside a magical medieval story or something. They usually call those fairy tales, Fender. I didn't know you were so into fantastical things. More like he's a kid at heart. Well, actually, isn't he? He's like 16 or 18, isn't he? He is technically still a kid. Yeah, he's 18. He's still a kid. Sorry, Mr. Edgeworth. Oh, no need to apologize. I admire your enthusiasm. I sometimes wish my own son was as animated as you. Wow. Thanks, Dad. You have a son, Mystery? You work for him and you didn't know he has kids? That's crazy. I feel like even if people don't tell you directly they have kids, there's so many context clues when you're a parent. I do. He's still in elementary school, and yet he'd rather read a statute book than a fairy tale. Can't help but worry that his interest will make it hard for him to make friends. Don't say that. He sounds super interesting. He'll make a ton of friends, me included, I'm sure. Huh. I like to think you'd be more of a big brother to him than a friend, Eddie. Aww. Huh, a big brother, huh? Guess I have some growing up to do. Better take this more seriously. Indeed. Then, with that in mind, shall we continue? Cute. I must scour the scene and inspect anything that catches my attention. Alright. The doors of the castle have been left wide open. Yeah, was the guy born in a barn? He could have at least closed them behind him. I'd like to see you say that to Mr. Von Karma's face, Eddie. Wait, there's a bunch of stuff inside. Let's see. Hold it, kid. If anybody's gonna be handling evidence, it'll be me. Can he even fit in there? Cream's going all runny. How am I liking the game so far? It's been great! I'm a big Ace Attorney fan. I never got the chance to play this one. So it's nice to finally have like a new Ace Attorney game. Like quote-unquote new after all this time. It's all over the detective's shoes. Why are all these items being stored inside a candy castle? Alright, tell me what you want me to look at first. How about you guys, turn the heat down so everything stops melting first? But whatever. That's just me being logical, I guess. 2 big rock crystals? Looks like somebody was using the castle for storage. Uh-oh, typos. Kinda expected something a little more exciting behind those doors. Oh, I know, maybe they're giant uncut gemstones. And maybe this whole thing is based on a story about a castle with a priceless treasure hidden inside. I think I treat my priceless treasures with a little more care. There's something on the bottom of them. Looks like a little stand or something? There are stands mounted on the bottom of the rock crystals we found inside the candy castle. Oh, so they're... what is it? They're rock crystal lamps? Some people say those are supposed to be good for your health. I don't know how. Seems questionably new agey. Well, whatever they are, it seems they're not just a large set of paperweights. True. Let's see. Some tarps. There's a bunch of blue cloth back here. 1, 2, 3, 4 rolls together. Ah. Well, they certainly aren't made of candy. No idea what this stuff is for. Almost looks like somebody hid it in here. I think I've seen fabric of the same color somewhere else before. Okay. Huh. These pillars, they have hexagonal indentations. Looks like something's supposed to go in there. Well, whatever they were. They're long gone. Hexagonal indentations, huh? I wonder. Castle's covered in whipped cream, so maybe a giant strawberry. Now that would be crazy. A giant strawberry with a hexagonal bottom? Look, I like strawberries, okay? Can't blame a guy for wishing. That's cute. I prefer bananas myself. Blueberries for me. Alright, I guess sound off. What fruit do you guys like? Strawberries are good. Bananas are also good. I really like grapes. Honestly. Blueberries are also delicious. I pretty much like all fruits. Vegetables can be hit or miss, but all fruits are delicious. Is there anything else? I don't think so. Nope, okay. We gotta deduce some stuff then. Gotta put the clues together and have a little think. Let's see here. And... boink! The rock crystal stands and the pillars in front of the castle feature the same hexagonal shape. I believe the crystals are meant to be placed on top of the pillars. Oh yeah, hexagon to hexagon. Makes perfect sense. But if that's the case, then why were they being hidden inside the castle? The rolls of blue cloth and the rock crystals inside the castle. I imagine both must belong to Miss Scone. Miss Scone? What were you using the items inside the castle for? Oh! Those? Sorry, Lambkin, but I'm not allowed to say. Let me guess. Spawn Karma. You! How did you know? Please don't ask me to tell you. You'll have my guts for garters. Yikes. It seems the prosecution really has no intention of sharing anything with the defense. Also, ad break. Gonna start in about 40 seconds for the folks who aren't subscribed. Thank you for sticking around. Thought we were onto something with those crystals. What's that, dearie? You're interested in my little trinkets? Your trinkets? Yes, my sweet, I use them to make people all lovely and relaxed. You played with the puppers? Aww. They must be getting pretty big now. You use rock crystals and cloths to do that? I do. It's wonderful. You should see it. Their colors are coming out. Oh, that's nice. Bittersweet feelings, though, when, like, you know, baby animals start losing, like, their baby coats. Two Nintendo Switches sideways. Oh my gosh. Baby features in general, true. But like the coats are the most obvious. That and eye colors. Because a lot of baby animals start off with blue eyes. Not a lot of creatures keep the blue eyes. They're not just any old rock crystals either. They're great big lumps of salt with lights inside them. Wow, those things are lamps? Tee-hee. Oh, that's not even the half of it. These claws hold an even more exciting secret. Really? We have some interesting eye colors for sure? Yeah! Pretty much all kittens are born with blue eyes. Seeing blue eyes on a black cat, that's like really striking. She really opened up the moment we started talking about her trinkets. Yeah, go figure. You bond with the people when you talk about their interests. Who would have guessed, huh? Since you're here, why don't I give you lovely boys a taste of my relaxation magic? Oh, Batty Pumpkin! Can you get it all out and set it up for me? Name is Bad. Is that a no? Why are you being so selfish, Batty Pumpkin? Damn. You! Have you finished taking photos of this room yet? Yes, sir, we have, sir. Then help Miss Scone here with something, will you? Yes, sir, right away, sir. Oh, you're a sweetie at heart, aren't you, Batty Bee? That's amazing, Miss Scone. You got him to do exactly what you wanted. That's some talent. Not really. She told him to do it himself and he delegated. Thank you ever so much, Battykins. And you, Officer Lovely. She's even giving nicknames to the forensic guys now. His name is Kagami. If y'all ever played Isomnium. I guess it's her way of showing that she cares. So... what about this is supposed to be relaxing exactly? Oh, don't be a big sourpuss, Batty Bee. The fun is only just beginning. The AI files, yes. We have not seen Kagami in the new one yet, but hopefully we do. It would be funny. Officer Lovely, you can switch it on now. Yes, ma'am. Huh. Wow, it's beautiful. It is. I wish my son were here to see it. Take a picture. Isn't it, though? Isn't it just wonderful? 4 adorable elves and the sweetest little castle made of sweets. That's my theme, you see. And I thought it would be extra lovely if it was all lit up. Isn't it the nicest thing you've ever seen? One of the elves must be feeling a little left out. This is how it was supposed to look for the contest. But I'm glad you lovely boys got to see it at least. Wait, shouldn't the lamps be lit up too? Oh, what's happened there, I wonder? I think we better take a look at the lamps and the elves one more time. Alright. This elf doesn't have an illuminated cloth over it like the others. It's not fair to leave the poor guy out, Miss Scone. Well, I didn't want to, did I, dear? But one of my cloths and one of my little machines went missing. The cloth in. What sort of machine exactly? Oh, you'll never guess how it works. Try us. We've got a chat full of scientists. Those luminous cloths are connected to these little thingamajiggies. They're called, full spectrum light emitting devices. They send light down the main cable and into each fiber optical fiber strand. That's what makes the cloth glow. Blah, 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 blah. With a bit of filling, you can change the light to any color in the whole wide world. Bright red like ferocious fiery flames. Cold blue like clinking crystals of ice. They have these special batteries that last for donkey's years, and they don't mind the cold at all. Forgive me, so these machines, they're what makes a special luminous cloth light up in all these beautiful colors, Mr. E. I see. So much new technology, I can barely keep up. Oh, poor Gregory Edgeworth. He never even saw smartphones. So these light-emitting devices, you lost one of them? And a piece of luminous cloth? That's right, Lamb. Can't heaven only knows where they could have got to. This cloth, it could have something to do with the case. Alright, special color-changing cloth belonging to Scone. She has lost a roll of it along with the device that powers it. Do-do-do-do-do-do. Alright. Oh! There's blood on the rock. Well, that's a little. The lamps appear to be broken. Bulbs are smashed. Both of them. Maybe they fell and broke on the floor? Look, there's a red stain on one on the left. That's not just a stain. That's... Yep. It's blood, all right. I can smell it. What? Blood? Why is there blood on this lamp? Could it have something to do with why its bulb is broken? Did someone get smashed over the head with a rock crystal? Ouch. Better take a closer look at the other one, too. Meow. So Miss Scone had actually intended to use these lamps in her display. Then why were they stashed inside the castle? Maybe because they're broken? Except there's plenty of other places she could have put them. The best place to hide some salt is in some sugar. Isn't that how it goes? Or perhaps the best place to hide a tree is in a forest. Anyway, if her intention was to put these salt lamps in her final display, that contradicts a certain piece of evidence in my possession. I'll need to point it out by making a deduction. Okay. So... Oh, is the other...
Eureka!
Whoops. Its use a little strange. I guess I'm making too much of a logical leap. I thought the blanket covering the body looked like one of the cloths. How about a lolly? $2 a pop. That's a bit steep. Guess I gotta make some more connections first. Oh! There we go. We know that the victim was struck and killed with something blunt. And we found blood on one of the lamps, which has a smashed bulb inside. Could the lamp not have been the murder weapon? For sure, it definitely could do enough damage to kill someone. You, science guy, did you finish analyzing the blood from the lamp yet? Yes, sir. Just got done a minute ago, sir. Very convenient. The blood is the victim's, no doubt about it. There you have it. So the murder weapon was hidden in Miss Scone's room. I'm beginning to think we may need to add her to the list of suspects. And then the cream and the temperature. The whipped cream in this room is collapsing because the temperature is too high. It's 68 degrees. My messed up shoes can vouch for that. And yet, when you open the doors to the castle, the handles themselves were just fine. Yeah, they were sturdier than expected. Sturdy? That's not how I would describe most things made of confectionaries. I think we better take another look at those handles. What the? I think it's safe to say those handles aren't made of candy. It's not just the handles, the whole castle, the little elves. They're all just plastic models with whipped cream smeared on top. Oh, a fellow McDonald's hater. A girl after my own heart. Yeah, the only thing at McDonald's I can tolerate is, like, A, the coffee, and B, like, the smoothies, basically. What? So none of this is confectionery art after all? Miss Scone is. Just had to say something like, did you... I'm sorry. A girl after my heart. Come on. It's an expression. I didn't mean anything by it. But yes, Miss Scone is a fraud, apparently. So none of this is confectionery art? No, it's simply made to look like candy, with the cream having been added to lend it an air and authenticity. Well, that's awkward. Expression, huh? I see you. No. Let's see. What is it, detective? No, sorry. Not what I meant to do, sir. I'm gonna scour the scene, so we've still got this. Deduce. They said specifically deduce, so there's gotta be something. Contest rules. You're back? Welcome back, Zexu! Non-confectionery items may not be used as decoration. Uh-oh. Take a look at this list of rules for the contest, detective. Non-confectionery items may not be used as decorations. That means that the salt lamps and the luminous cloth would both have been against the rules. Welp. Rest in peace. Is that why they were stashed away inside the castle? Think we need to dig a little further into this with Miss Scone before we can say for sure. Alright. Think that's probably everything. We'll find out after we talk to her. The game at least tells you when you've finished in a room. What's the matter, Miss Scone? You seem a whole lot less cheerful than you were a minute ago. Is it Mr. Von Karma? Did something happen between you two? There's no one can be around Von Karma and not, you know. Why, yes, nothing happened at all. But you just said yes. Ah, That was a hello, yes, you silly boy. What? She's trying to confuse us with her Britishisms. Aren't you the sweetest little sugar dumpling? Remind me, what was your name again? Oh, Eddie. Eddie Lumpkin. Oh, you'll go far, dearie, I can tell. Eddie Lumpkin? It seems our English gentlewoman has taken a liking to you, Eddie. No small accomplishment. She's not exactly what I picture when I think of a gentlewoman, Mr. E. Wow, Eddie. Never mind that now. We should ask her a few questions while we can. Okay, during the contest. Could you tell us about what you did over the course of the contest? Of course, dearie. Let's see. It all started at about 10 in the morning. That's when we set to work. And, well, I spend most of the time here in this room getting everything ready as you'd expect. Oh, and there was lovely afternoon tea for an hour or so from around 1, I think. Afternoon tea? How delightfully British. It's an English tradition, a chance to drink tea, enjoy a snack, and make small talk. I think we all know what afternoon tea is. So kind of like recess? I suppose you could say that. Recess? Oh, you really know your onions, don't you, Greggy Pegleg? Such a clever boy. Pegleg? When did I become Greggy? And where was this afternoon tea served? Out in the garden, of course. There's just a lovely little one just outside. It's December! Please tell me it's a covered garden. They do it at the same hour every break time during the contest. Lay on a nice little spread, you know? But today, only me, Samson, Silly Pants, and Moody Judy were there for it. Moody Judy. Sammy Poo-Poo had already finished his big creation, so he was there the whole time. Sammy Poo-Poo? But poor old Chili Winks and Gusty Pants had to miss out because they hadn't finished yet. They're saying everybody except Mr. Frost and Mr. Gusto were present. That's right, dear. To tell you the truth, I hadn't finished yet either. But I wasn't about to miss out on tea and cake served by our two TV superstars. I went right back to work when I'd finished, though. Doodled off while the others were still nattering away. And at any point during the contest, did you visit any of the other competitors' rooms? What? No, dear. Don't be silly. So you did. That's strange, because your fingerprints were found in Mr. Tangaroa's room. Oh, God red-handed. Wait, so you admit you were there? Oh, well, I can hardly deny it now, can I? But I didn't kill anyone, I swear. I suppose I'd better tell you what really happened. Just promise you'll believe me, won't you, dear? That depends what you're about to tell us. What really happened? What exactly were you doing in Mr. Tangaroa's room? Well, I suppose you'd call it research. Sabotage! Research? Sammy Poople's dab hand when it comes to the old sweet making. Everybody knows that. So when I noticed there was no one in there, I just popped in for a quick bit of research, like I say, and touched everything. What kind of research leaves fingerprints? Yes, it stands to reason I'd leave fingerprints, doesn't it? It sure would. After all, it's hardly research if you don't have a little nibble now and then, isn't it? She wants to bake cake. She does. She just wants to bake the cakes. What? You ate little pieces of them? She sure did, apparently. So the traces of tampering in Mr. Tangaroa's room. That was all you? She ate what? So this is a confectionery contest, right? So all of the stuff being made, like, is made of chocolate or cream or, like, sugar, whatever, like sugar sculptures or whatever else. So she ate pieces of someone else's contest entry. I had to take a little bite here and there, didn't I mean, there's sabotage the competition, and then there's literally, I need to know how he makes his candy, so I'm gonna eat it and sabotage him at the same time. I didn't want poor Sammy Poople getting upset, so it was just the teensiest bits and pieces. Enough that it was super noticeable, though. And the stand holding up the ship, you took a bite out of that too, I suppose? Oh yes, dear, of course I did. She's crazy. It was you! You brought the whole thing crashing down! I'm sorry, my lovely. Truly I am. Hold on. Is that why you left afternoon tea early? You were heading off for a second helping of sweets? Look. Just believe me, please. I never killed anybody, I promise. Her actions were certainly suspicious, but that's all I can say for now. Let's see her. Oh, do I not? Hang on. Did we not get the temperature? 68 light set to green. Didn't Gusto say cream needs to be at 68? Temperature in here is too high. That is odd. I wonder why. Can I not? Does this connect? Nope. Crap. There we go. So not only did she use the decorations that were against the rules, she didn't even make any real sweets. Miss Scone made a mockery of the rules. Yeah, guess she's not gonna get crowned world's greatest now. Definitely not. And why is it so warm in here? Do you think it's got something to do with all of this? That's a good question. I think we'd better go ask Miss Scone herself. Okay, that's what we needed. Because usually in this game, you ask 4 things to each person of interest, and there was only 2, so I'm like, we're missing something. You gonna be lurking while you play League? Okay, good luck. There we go, temperature of the room. Miss Scone, why is the temperature of your room set to 68 degrees? Because I hate the cold, don't I, dearie? And besides, being chilly's no good for a girl. If I want to keep my fresh-faced complexion, I've got to be careful about these things. You ladies have to stay young, don't you know? How old is she really, though? That's what I'd like to know. It's not polite to speculate on a person's age, Eddie. But most of your work is made out of whipped cream. And whipped cream needs to be kept at 50 degrees or it starts to deflate. Uh-oh, is that so, dearie? Well, silly me, I've only got it made of whoopsie. Wait, she really didn't know that? Huh. World-class confectioner, my foot. Not only did she break the rules by using fake candy, she's ignorant of basic facts about her supposed craft. Miss Scone grows more mysterious by the minute. Confectionery research and lack of knowledge. Now does it connect? Yeah, there we go. Miss Scone appears to lack basic knowledge about how confectionery is created. And she says that she snuck into another entrance room for research purposes. Hardly the actions of a world-class confectioner competing for a major prize. Yeah, not how I'd picture a top pro acting. Maybe she does just lack a... Does she maybe just lack a little confidence? Or is she not actually a confectioner at all? She's a fraud! Don't trust the British granny! Perhaps she had another agenda altogether. After all, we only have her word for it that she went into that room to do some research. She just wanted a snickety snack. Wait, you mean maybe she went in there to commit a murder? There's no way of saying it for certain just yet, but she is hiding something. That much I'm certain of. Investigation complete! Yay! There we go. That's enough investigating for now, don't you think? Yeah, we've certainly found plenty of interest. Something's been bothering me for a while now. Mr. Von Karma would have surely found the murder weapon when he searched this room. And yet, he didn't arrest Miss Scone. He didn't even seem interested in questioning her. I think our first priority should be to find out what he's really up to. Detective Bad, I have a few things I'd like to ask Mr. Von Karma. Me too. Him and Scone. How could you, Patty Pumpkin? Stop staring at me like that. It appears Detective Bad is just as suspicious as Mr. Von Karma and Miss Scone as I am. Miss Scone, would you be so kind as to accompany us? Of course, dear. Where are we off to? To find Mr. Von Karma. Fountain room, 8 p.m. Mr. Von Karma, we would like to speak with you if that's all right. We've just been chilling out here in ambush. Just judging by your faces, I'm guessing you found the murder weapon. We did. It was in Miss Scone's room. Which means that Mr. Tangaroa should no longer be a person of interest. Nonsense. It doesn't matter where the weapon was found, Tangaroa is guilty. And as long as this is my case, guilty he shall remain. How can you be so sure of Mr. Tangaroa's guilt? You have an explanation, I assume? For why the murder weapon was in Miss Scone's room? Of course I do. And I'll be delighted to share it with you. Tangaroa killed Frost with one of Scone's salt lamps in order to frame her for the murder. To complete the deception, he took it back to her room once the deed was done. After all, if it had been found near the victim's body, Tangaroa would have seemed doubly suspicious. A body may be hard to move, but a murder weapon, considerably less so. And that is why there was no piece of evidence on the scene that pointed to a particular suspect. That was an interesting reaction there, Gregory. So it's your assertion that Mr. Tangaroa took the salt lamp back to Miss Scone's room? It is indeed. But it is more than an assertion. It is fact based on my own investigation. You mean you have proof that he did so? I don't need any such thing. Because he's just gonna fabricate the evidence. Whoops. Just if you have a rebuttal, I'll be happy to hear it. But I highly doubt you'll be able to fault my logic. Alright. Let's see what we got to complete. I took it back to the room once the deed was done. Body may be hard to move, but a murder weapon, considerably less so. And that is why there was no piece of evidence on the scene that pointed to our particular suspect. Okay. Oh. Is this where it finally comes into play?
Objection!
Aha! It's true that the murder weapon and the blood-stained chocolate were removed from the scene of the crime. But something else remained that does point to one person in particular. take another look at the photograph of the body, if you will. Look at this photograph. The cloth covering the victim's lower half. Is that not one of the same luminous cloths we found in Miss Scone's room? Well, what's that, dearie? At the scene of the crime, you say? Huh, luminous cloth? Nonsense, I see no light to speak of. Well, that's not cloth to earn, you dim-dim. Bro thinks it's a bioluminescent cloth. It just glows because it exists. Huh, I guess he doesn't know how it works. It may look like an ordinary fabric at first glance, but attach one of these light-emitting devices and the difference soon becomes apparent. It's like, oh, what? Oh, that's crazy. That's weird. Look at his face. I don't think he was expecting that. The fact that the cloth can be lit up is neither here nor there. We have to show why it's important. One of the rolls of cloth from Miss Scone's room went missing. And if you look closely at the blue cloth in the picture... Wouldn't you say it's clearly made of the same material, Mr. Von Karma? No. He's just gonna humph. The salt lamp and the luminous cloth both belonged to Miss Scone, and seeing as the body was wrapped in said cloth, surely even you have to admit that's suspicious. It's like, I don't have to admit anything, Mr. Von Karma. I think it's time to accept that a number of factors point to Miss Scone as a person of interest. Oh. I like how she used her foot to lift the bowl back into her arms. Greggy Pegleg, how could you? You're accusing me of all people? Yeah. Why not? Greggy Pegleg, yep. That's what she's calling him, Greggy Pegleg. I know we have some chatters that are from Ireland and like I know Ireland and other parts of like the UK. I'm not sure if any of them are here to tell us whether or not you calling someone a peg leg as a term of affection is a normal thing. I'm not accusing you of anything just yet. But I do think you're hiding something. That's not, no. Just to clarify, your assertion is that both the murder weapon and the cloth were in Miss Scone's room prior to the murder. Yes, thank you for keeping up, Von Karma. Exactly. Von Karma's objection sounds so demonic. God, yeah. I remember the first time I heard it way back in the day. Like, even with modern technology, it sounds pretty creepy. But back in the day when it was, like, bit crushed into oblivion by, like, a 3DS or, like, a Wiimote, whew. Tisk, tisk, tisk. Is something funny? You think I'm being funny? Only that you've walked so carelessly into my trap. Neither the cloth nor the murder weapon were in fact in her room. So, sorry to break it to you. Blink, blink, what does he mean? Literally, sir, what are you saying? Tangaroa spotted them before the contest began and noted that the lamps and the cloth contravened the rules. He subsequently confiscated them and took them to his own room for safekeeping. What? Then, after the contest began, nobody saw hide nor hair of Frost as he had secluded himself in his room. And the only person capable of entering his locked room was Tangaroa, possessing as he did the only key. And as you know... And as you now know, he was also in possession of the lamp used to commit the murder, you see. I see nothing. I have had everything I need to get Tangaroa convicted all along. Well, how does it feel? To have lost to me before even setting foot in the courtroom. We haven't lost yet. Sit down, bro. This can't be happening. Wait, so all our hard work was for nothing? Miss Scone! Why did you tell us your stuff was confiscated? Well, dear... As Von Karma told her to. Mannequin said that if I spilled the beans, I'd end up being the one under suspicion. And that is leading... That is leading the witness. Oh, terrible. Mr. Von Karma said that. And he wasn't wrong now, you see? You two accused me yourselves just a second ago. I mean, we did directly accuse you of anything. You're just a person of interest now. There's a difference. We wouldn't have had to suspect you if you had been honest from the get-go. Tisk, 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 pathetic. Curse you, Von Karma! You led us to the murder... You led us to the murder weapon, knowing we'd make certain assumptions as a result. One more thing, my pathetic friend. This just reminds me of Canadian court. Because at Canadian court, you have to address the other attorney politely. So there's a lot of sarcastic, my friend, our friend. Like... There are two Yeah. For those who don't know, what I went to university for was like communications, journalism, and like public relations. So there's a stint where you have to go to court because court's available to the public. You can just go and watch court if you really wanted to. Most people don't unless like, they know someone whose case is on the docket. But like that was a whole thing. Like we had to go and like, do like the stint as the court reporter basically. Nothing actually gets published, obviously. But like it's, we had to go and do it. And yeah, never got to that point because the more serious cases that will have like, the attorneys kind of being passive aggressive with each other are usually closed. But yeah. It's interesting how some of the rules end up working. Like, I'm pretty sure in the UK, you're still required to wear, like, the gown. I think they've done away with the wigs, like the powdered wigs, but I think you're still required to wear the gown. 2. Yes, those of delicious scone in Sansan Tangaroa. No others were found. Well, people could have been wearing gloves. That's the thing they do in this game, you know? Tangaroa used the lamp he had confiscated to murder Frost. And was foolish enough to hide it in Scone's room first, without first removing his fingerprints. Just get this right, no one will even need to testify. You sure about that? My perfect evidence will do all the talking for me as I secure his guilty verdict.
Objection!
But wait, there's more. What about the luminous cloth that was left behind in Mr. Tangaroa's room? What about it? He probably meant to return it after disposing the body. Guess. I don't have enough to disprove any of what he's saying. Tisk. No more pitiful objections? Then get out of my sight and close the door behind you. Mystery! I'm not about to just give up. Oh, I see you mean to waste more of my time. Bad? Escort them off the premises now. Hold it. This investigation is not over yet. Detective Bad! What is the meaning of this? First of all, he's a detective. He doesn't work for you just because you're the prosecution. You're not the frickin' attorney general or anything. You don't have authority on him. This is not Gumshoe yet, God. I'm so curious even how, Edgeworth and, like, Von Karma are able to influence Gumshoe's salary because police officers don't work for, like, the prosecution, you know? Like, I don't know how the separation of justice is in Japan, but, like, here, prosecutors would be public servants at the provincial and or federal level. And police officers would either be provincial public servants or, like, municipal. if there are like both provincial officers, I could possibly see some influence because they're all under like the same ministry or something, but otherwise I'm like, this doesn't make sense. There's still one last thing from the crime scene we haven't identified. That's right, we still have the evidence of somebody's activities to account for. We can discuss your lingering doubts at our leisure, Detective. But whatever they might be, they're no business of the defense's. I beg to differ. There's a piece of evidence I'm still not satisfied about either. And I suspect it might be the same thing that's bothering Detective Bad. What? This is the yet unidentified something that was left in Mr. Tangaroa's room. Oh. The Chocolate Prince?
Take that.
There are finger marks on one of Mr. Tangaroa's creations. Supposing they belong to the murderer. It could certainly explain how their prints didn't end up on the murder weapon. Oh my god, they were covered in chocolate. How do you know so much about the crime scene? Because I let them look around. You let the defense examine the scene, Bad? Are you out of your mind? I mean, it's part of discovery, isn't it? I don't know a lot about court law, but I'm pretty sure that the defense is allowed to look at all the evidence that's all the evidence that was collected about them as part of discovery. I don't remember you telling me not to. Insolent worm, you would do well to remember this, Detective. That the results of your next salary review are up to me. Oof. Detective Bad's in trouble now, too! I'm sure glad you're my boss, Mr. Edgeworth. And you do well to remember that the results of your salary review are up to your performance here. Y'all are terrible. Art, thank you for the hydrate. A mere attorney uncovering such a fact based on a cursory investigation. I'm almost impressed. Agua. Agua. But it's entirely possible that those finger marks belong to Tangaroa. Bio work is going well, I'm glad. After all, he wore gloves while preparing his creations. But, can you prove conclusively that the finger marks are his? Probably not. Furthermore, there is still something about Miss Scone that doesn't add up. Is there? Or are you simply not prepared to admit defeat? It can be both, you know. Be a little of column A, a little of column B. Oh, stop it, Gregory! Stop it, stop it! Why are you being so mean to your poor old Alicia? I don't remember anything about us being buds. I own up to nibbling poor Sammy Poople's sweeties. What more do you want? A confession? I don't want to make you a suspect. That much is certain. But you lied to us. And you're still not telling us everything. Greggy! Stop! Stop bullying me! I'm sorry, but you don't even know the temperature whipped cream should be kept at. What kind of professional confectioner doesn't know something as fundamental as that? Got you there. I'm sorry, alright? I'm sorry. I'm just a silly, muddle-headed girl. What more do you want from me? Seems pretty damning. That's one of the first things they teach you. Yeah, she clearly never even passed culinary school. I don't think you're muddle-headed at all. I think you were never a confectioner in the first place. Rip. I'll thank you to keep your baseless accusations to yourself. Baseless? I don't know about that. Evidence is everything in a courtroom, in case you've forgotten. Me? Forget? Definitely not. If you're going to accuse a witness of perjury, then I demand you to present something to back it up. Literally, no one has ever done that in these games. But this isn't a courtroom. Nevertheless. If you're gonna be like that, I guess. What proof do I have?
Take that.
Only the defense needs to present evidence? Yeah, I mean, if you're making an accusation, it's... The burden of proof is on the person making the accusation, right? But this isn't a courtroom. We're having a discussion in a lobby, like... Every single one of Miss Scone's creation break the rules of the contest. The offending items, the cloths and the lamps, were duly confiscated, as we have established. And the witness did not go and bring them back to her room herself.
Objection.
Yeah, about that. We're not talking about the lamps. But those weren't the only rule-breaking items in her room. What? The entire fantastical world Miss Scone created, every last bit of it. It's all just a collection of plastic models slathered in whipped cream. That cream is the only authentic confectionery in that room. Also, how did she get all of this stuff into the building then? If it was all against the rules? Not exactly easy to drag in a plastic castle, you know? Even if it's in pieces. No real world title contender would ever stoop so low. Is this true bad? Yep. Saw with my own eyes. Did we finally convince him? Unlikely. With her lies exposed like this, surely he can't continue to deny the facts. Maybe argue they're molds? He often used balloons to mold chocolate into hollow spheres? Ah, true. That would have been the ideal way to go about it. Unfortunately, I don't think the game has ever used real-world logic. Miss Scone, your actions place you firmly on our list of suspects. My goodness. You can tell it's getting late. I'm losing my ability to pronounce words. But no, dear, I'm no killer. Then why don't you start finally telling us the truth? Who are you really? And why were you tampering with your rival's work? All right. The truth is, I'm not the adorable little cook you see before you. Pretend to be shocked. I'm actually a pharmacist. A pharmacist? Okay, but that means you know chemistry. You probably could have figured out that cream's not at the right temperature. Come on. A pharmacist? Can't blame him for being so surprised. This could be further than from what we'd imagined. Because baking is, you know, chemistry. A lot of this stuff is chemistry. So what's somebody in your line of work doing entering a contest like this one? Well, I just love eating sweets, if you must know. So you broke it just to eat the contest? This is so Ace Attorney logic. But I can't believe it. I'm stunned. And Sammy Poople sweets are the best, or so they say. Cooking is mostly chemistry, yeah, with a very small part being art. Yeah, I had an acquaintance who went to culinary school. And at some point we had a conversation and he was talking about how he was struggling in the baking portion. And I was like, are you accurately measuring stuff? It's like, mostly? No, not mostly. Are you? If you don't accurately measure stuff, especially when you're baking, then yeah, that's why everything's going wrong. It takes years and years and years of experience to be able to eyeball that stuff, and then also to be able to modify recipes accurately. Mama Melis, so my mom, she can't have like gluten and wheat products. And so over the course of time, we like learned all about modifying stuff. And yeah, you can't just 1v1 replace wheat flour with another type of flour. You need to know what the flour is doing in that particular recipe and replace it with other things that will do the same job. That is also why apparently some vegan baked goods can be really, really, really dry. Because, you know, the egg is in there to add moisture and also as a binding agent. So if you don't replace it with appropriate stuff, you just get really dry, crumbly muffins or whatever else. Kitchen skills, your best friend, they are indeed. I have a little one I use for measuring the cat food. Don't need to use it for actual cooking that often, but it's good to have. I didn't mean to end up making it all the way to the final. So she beat out the competition. despite being disingenuous. How bad was everyone else? Or rather, how good is she at faking this? Even Mr. Von Karma is lost for words. That's it? That's the only reason you're here? Maybe the judges just really liked whipped cream. Maybe? Who knows? Oh, man. Yes, dearie, and it was worth it! Samson's Silly Pants Sweeties are the tastiest treats I ever did eat. I can't believe you. Took bites out of everything. And the finger marks? Were you the one wearing the gloves? She's trying to whisk with a wooden spoon? Oh my god, you're right. I didn't even register that. No, that wasn't me, dear. I don't even wear gloves. Remember, Miss Scone's fingerprints were found elsewhere on Mr. Tangaroa's other creations. I'd say that points to her not having worn any gloves. Exactly, Lambkin. Greggy Peglegs got the right end of the stick. I'm an innocent woman. I mean, I wouldn't say innocent, but you're not guilty of murder, apparently. Is your head filled with cream, too? Sorry, mannequins. Her head may be filled with cream, but she's certainly no master of subterfuge. Miss Scone? Weren't Mr. Tangaroa's works the only ones you sampled? No, dear, I couldn't help myself. Oh, God. The extent one goes to have sweets, apparently. When I finished my afternoon tea, I tiptoed over to Chillywink's room for a little taste, too. You were in the victim's room, too? Yes, dear. Nobody was in there, you see. Quite possibly because the occupant was already dead. Oh, boy. But I could only stomach one little bite. I never tasted anything so salty in all my life. So I had myself one of the tasty Starship bits off with the side to cleanse my palate. Have quite the sweetie, don't you, Miss Scone? Indeed. Gregory has so much more patience than Edgeworth, he sure does. That's everything I promised! Greggy Peglegs, mannequins, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to make a mess of things. I'm pretty sure you did, though. As long as what you've told us is the truth, that's all that matters in the end. I guess. Do not think for a second that means that I myself believe you. I'm going to investigate the victim's room now. We'll see how truthful you've really been after I'm through, you know? That's valid. Good luck to you, sir. Mr. Von Karma, please let us accompany you. I think it's only fair that we be allowed to investigate the veracity of our own conclusions. Sorry, my cats have zoomies right now. They're being distracting. Girl. Where did you even go? You were right here. And now she's vanished. Accompany me if you like, but don't think for a second you'll be permitted to conduct your own investigation. We'd like to accompany you all the same. Contest venue, Frost Room. What is the meaning of this? Uh-oh. When we got to Frost Room, we saw nada. It was all gone. The whole enchilada. Was this the work of the culprit? A dead body hidden in a chocolate chest. A murder weapon moved mysteriously to another room. This case was a real peach. And it was going to take some serious sleuthing to get to the bottom of it all. To be continued! Dun dun da 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 da. Perfect. Usually we wrap up between 9:30 and 10, so this probably seems like the best spot for now. It's the end of this section. So, perfect concluding spot. Alrighty, hold tight. Hello. Alrighty. We are chugging along towards the end of the game. Well, not really. You still got, what is it, 2 more cases? This case and then the next one? But we're getting there. We are getting there. Thanks for the stream, of course. Thank you everyone for stopping by. Thank you for the raids. Tomorrow we are, let me check my schedule real quick. Yeah, we're playing Atelier Yumiya. That's another one we're getting close to finishing. Like about 10 to 15 more hours is what we've guesstimated. So a few more streams for that one. So I will see you guys tomorrow at 10 p.m. EST for that. And now let me see who I can send a raid to. Let's see here. Boop, 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 boop. The only people I can see that are streaming this game are further ahead than us, so that's a no-go. Fishy Meep, one of our mutuals, is playing a repo, so let's go with that then. Alrighty, so here is a raid. And here is Discord if anyone would like to keep up with us when we're not streaming. But for now, that is going to be it for me. Time to go throw food at the cats. I assume that's why they have zoomies right now. They're usually ahead. True. Sometimes it doesn't end up that way, but other times I'm looking, at least like the people I saw, like they labeled what chapter they were on. Other times I'm like squinting like, are they ahead? Is this behind us? I don't remember the scene. Alrighty, that's gonna be it for me. So, if it's daytime where you are, Have a wonderful rest of your day. And if it's nighttime, have a great rest when you head on off to bed. Until next time, take care of yourself. Wash your face, brush your teeth, eat a good food. And I'll see you next time. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.